This is an old series of mine, so let me fill you in with a short recap before we get started. Tangerine Bamado and his sister Snoozuko have journeyed across the land to find Kabuchi, Snoozuko's father, who abandoned her after turning her into a demon. Tangerine, a struggling drug addict, joined the Demon Slayer Corps to confront Kabuchi about abandoning his daughter. With his powers of excellent sense of smell and the combat skills he learned in training, he defends himself, kills those he disagrees with, and follows the crow that talks to him through hallucinations. Most recently, he encountered Orange Boy, a thoughtful and deductive type who became best friends with Tangerine. He also met Borgai, secretly a woman. Borgai hides her identity because she thinks she's Mulan or something. Also, Tangerine caused major brain damage to Borgai during their first encounter, so she isn't always thinking clearly. This odd group joined together and entered a terrifying forest that the crow led them to. Inside, they found a demon family defending themselves from Demon Slayer weaklings, which are the fodder for the Demon Slayer Corps, those with no interesting physical characteristics. Tangerine, having killed the mother of the family, found a thirst for blood. After hearing one of the 12 most powerful demons is among the family, Tangerine is determined to find him and end his life. Episode 17. While Tangerine regroups with Borgai after killing the mother, Orange Boy, having lost sight of his compatriots, ventures further into the woods to find them. Carefully analyzing the area to track where his friends had gone, he stumbles upon a demon and makes a tactical retreat. In the direction he ran, he found a house floating, with several weaklings also strung up in the air along with it. After a spider demon descends from the house, Orange Boy interrogates him to understand what is happening. Although the demon doesn't tell him much, through Orange Boy's expert deductive reasoning, he is able to piece together that a family of demons lived peacefully in this forest, but they were attacked by other demons, this spider being one of them. Having gotten word of this skirmish, the Demon Slayer Corps came and escalated the chaos by attacking everyone that was a demon, which led to the family having to defend themselves. Or at least, that's what he can infer from the conversation. Then Orange Boy once again uses his brilliant mind. By analyzing his hand, he concludes that he has been poisoned. This was a trap, and a spider had bitten him earlier. With little hope of finding medical aid out here, Orange Boy decides to at least kill this demon who started this whole conflict before he can see what to do about helping himself. He climbs a tree to get a better vantage point and get away from some of the spider demon's minions. And there he has a flashback for when he learned to climb trees. But also in the flashback, we learn Orange Boy got his incredible intellect and orange hair from getting struck by lightning, but it was mostly there to show the audience where he learned to climb trees. Orange Boy waits for the demon's minions to climb up after him. With expert timing, he goes limp and falls off the branch to surprise his enemy with a counterattack. He sets up his stance to finish off the spider in one move, but not being an expert on arachnids, Orange Boy is taken off guard by the spider demon's abilities. After carefully analyzing and learning his enemy's attacks, he sets up the perfect counter, but just as he is going to use it, the minions completely surround him and attempt to poison him further. But that lightning strike did more than just turn his hair a brighter color. It gave him just straight up superpowers. He uses lightning to throw off the spider minions, and then perfectly executes his counter strategy, flying all the way through the strung up building to end the life of the spider demon. In the last bit of Orange Boy's brilliance, he lands on top of the house. With every bit of energy sucked from his body, this is the safest place for him to await for any possible help. His sparrow flies off to find someone, as he does all he can to keep himself from dying. Meanwhile, Tangerine and Borgai search for the powerful demon that is supposed to be on this mountain. Then they come across another family member, a daughter. Borgai, being even more unstable than Tangerine at this moment, suffering with extreme mental and physical injuries, immediately charges at the girl, but she calls on her father for help, assuming from Borgai's excellent disguise that Borgai is a predator, or even worse, a possible boyfriend. Father does what any self-respecting man of a family would do and attempts to murder the intruder. The girl flees while Tangerine protects Borgai from the aggressive father. Episode 18. Butterfly Lady and Goo arrive at the base of the mountain, where the original fights had taken place. They see many weaklings slain on the battlefield, but they don't really care because they see dead weaklings almost as often as they get shipped together. They continue up the mountain as Tangerine struck his blade into the father's arm. The father had superb muscles that stopped Tangerine from slicing all the way through. Borgai, being impressed by the muscles, gets her sword stuck in his other arm. They flail around for a bit before the father throws them off. Borgai gets chased by the father father because she went after his daughter. As they run, Tangerine casually drops a tree on the father, which stops him for a moment. But as Tangerine goes to finish him off, the father uses the tree trunk as a bat and hits a home run with a tangerine as a baseball. He gets yeeted into the woods, calling for Borgai not to steal the glory of his kill before he can return. Back to Orange Boy. He gets discovered by Butterfly Lady, who kindly asks him how he's doing. That's literally what happens. Tangerine, falling to his death, freaks out and spins in circles midair. Somehow, he manages to survive after getting more intimate with a tree than he'd ever gotten with a woman. Trying to get back to Borgai so he can kill both parents, Tangerine comes across 2 other members of the family. Spider Demon Boy was abusing his sister, which was obviously only added to justify Tangerine's bloodlust. He talks to Spider Demon Boy, saying that despite having an irrational fear of families after his died, to the point he killed their mother and attempted to kill their father, even he knows that abusing your sister is wrong, and that he would never do such a thing to Snoozuko. At this point, Tangerine's morality grows as he adds domestic abuse to his list of evil things which must be punished, along with public displays of affection and personal land ownership. But before he is able to enact his judgment, a weakling shows up. The weakling repents of his mistakes, and the mistakes of the entire Demon Slayer Corp's family, as they came to kill the aggressive demons, and did not realize it was an internal family matter between the children of Kabuchi. He tells Tangerine he must back down and retreat, as they should leave this poor, innocent family alone. But Tangerine refuses. It seems like it will end in another conflict, but Weakling spontaneously gets Q, which was from an old disease that they've since eradicated with modern medicine. This was a long time ago. Unfortunately, the only Demon Slayer willing to de-escalate the conflict spontaneously died, leaving only Tangerine to sort out the matter. Meanwhile, Borgai was doing pretty well. She managed to cut off the father's arm, who then ran away from her. Borgai lost sight of him and searches for him, eventually finding him in a tree, but there was no flashback for how he learned to climb it. But before Borgai could question the logic behind this storytelling, he finds the father molting, as that was the way people bulked up back in that day. It was a long time ago. With even more exquisite muscles, Borgai is no match for the father, as he beats the heck out of her. She snaps her sword trying to slash him, and finally, grabbing her head, the father tries to crush her with his bare hands. All seems lost for Borgai, but then Gu arrives. Seeing another of the leader's children threatened, he defends her and quickly kills the father. Back to Tangerine, he fights against Spider Demon Boy, hoping to kill him and his sister. His senses are the clearest they've been in a long time, as the scent of that plant that was causing him to trip out was diminishing. With a clear nose and a moral excuse to kill, Tangerine goes to cut down the boy. However, he smells threads of the same kind that the Spider Demon Boy's mother had used earlier. Tangerine goes to slash the threads, and then the head of the Spider Demon Boy, but as he hits it, his sword is cut in 2. Episode 19. After being saved by Gu, Borgai starts to fall for him, but Gu has already had romantic encounters that he had to reject for the sake of his life as a demon slayer, and has to reject her as well. Being prepared for women who can't control themselves around him, Gu ties up Borgai because she tried to follow him anyway. Meanwhile, Butterfly Lady tends to Orange Boy's wounds. Here we get the reveal that she is also a doctor, the highest level of druggie. But nobody really cares about all that, because this is episode 19. Tangerine faces down against Spider Demon Boy with his stub sword. Not content to abuse only his own sibling, Spider Demon Boy abuses Snoozuko too, who emerged from her box to help her brother. After she was struck, they run and hide from the serial abuser. So, Spider Demon Boy goes back to abusing his own sister, but she was inspired by Snoozuko and Tangerine. Realizing she could just leave, she says she's had enough. She picks up her head and walks away. As you do. With no one left around to abuse, Spider Demon Boy desperately wants Snoozuko again. This is when he realized he fell in love with her, realizing he was wrong, and that he pushed everyone away that he loved. Spider Demon Boy asks for help, that he can change as a person, because he loves Snoozuko so much, and desires the pure bond of a family. Despite Tangerine killing his mom, Spider Demon Boy realizes the cycle of violence is wrong, and wants to make amends with Tangerine, promising that he will not attack him anymore if they work out their differences peacefully. Spider Demon Boy reveals that he is one of the 12 most powerful demons by the tattoo in his eye, hoping to further deter aggression. This powerful demon showed grace to end the conflict, despite the Demon Slayer Corps having escalated it by attacking. But no one escalated it more than Tangerine, and he wasn't about to stop now. Seeing that Spider Demon Boy was one of the most powerful demons, Tangerine's bloodlust grew stronger. He faces down Spider Demon Boy and declares peace was never an option, telling telling the demon that he made a mistake by being part of a family that hadn't gone through a horrible tragedy like his, and also somewhat that he wouldn't forgive him for abusing Snoozuko and the demon's sister. Seeing how much of a freak Tangerine is, Spider Demon Boy snatches Snoozuko away from him and holds her in the trees to keep her safe while they fight. Assuming Tangerine has also been abusive, Spider Demon Boy now wishes to save all those who have been treated badly by family members, to make up for the mistakes that he has made. Spider Demon Boy defends himself from Tangerine, who is very underpowered in this fight. Having his senses cleared from all drugs for too long has caused him problems, as he can actually feel pain. Spider Demon Boy kicks him away, but Tangerine refuses to give up. He flings himself back at the kid, remembering that even if drugs aren't affecting his system currently, he still has permanent damage, and the memories of each time he went on a massive trip. Although he gains courage, he also gains the side effects. Along with seeing his own power grow, he starts to see his enemies' attacks change color. This overwhelming display of tripping out causes him to flash back to his childhood. Since Tangerine has a deep fear of family, he quickly resists the memories and uses his rage to turn the side effects into fuel, turning not just his enemies' attacks, but also his red. With the new color and confidence for his aggressive attack, 30 animators died, creating this beautiful scene that trended everywhere on Earth for at least a week. As Tangerine, aided by a hallucination of Snoozuko gaining a bizarre superpower to make her blood explode, he decapitates Spider Demon Boy and causes Demon Slayer to blow up in the community, as every anime analysis and react channel made 1 to 3 videos about a moment that ultimately ended with him doing nothing because the demon survived. But that would be for the next part of Demon Slayer Explained Badly. And if you want that part, I'll make it if this video does well. So liking it, commenting, and sharing to friends will help if you want the next part. The full series of Demon Slayer Explained Badly is here on the end screen if you want to catch up. They're similar videos, but they are older, so editing and such isn't quite up to what I'm making now. Also, this was my 1,000 subscriber special. I'm so thankful that all of you like my dumb content, some of it more dumb than others. I'm really blessed to make it this far, and I hope to grow even more and continue making better videos. That's all from me. Hope to see you in the next one. Jam meow.